Welcome to the Explainer. There's this three-digit number that can unlock the doors to some of your biggest life goals, like buying a car or getting a mortgage. It's your credit score. But for a lot of Canadians, actually getting to see that score has been kind of a mystery. So today, we're going to explain how you can check your credit score anytime you want, completely free.
So let's just start with a question. What if this super important piece of your financial identity was always right there at your fingertips, totally secure, and it didn't cost you a single dime?
Well, that's exactly the problem Barwell decided to solve. They're a Canadian company, and they were actually the very first to offer free credit scores and reports to everybody, building their whole service around this idea of financial transparency.
And the reason over 3 million Canadians use it really comes down to a few key things. You get weekly updates on your scores, you can see how you're doing, they've got bank-level security protecting your data, and you get these personalized tips to help you actually improve. And maybe most important of all, checking your score with them is what's called a soft inquiry, which means, and this is huge, it never ever hurts your credit.
Okay, so how does it all actually work in practice? Well, the whole process is designed to be incredibly simple and super straightforward. It really just boils down to 3 simple steps. First, the sign-up takes less than 3 minutes. Seriously. From there, you get instant access to your full credit report and score from Equifax, which is one of the 2 main credit bureaus here in Canada. And after that, you'll get weekly updates and personalized tips to help you really understand and manage your credit.
All right, so this brings us to the big question, right? The one that's probably already on your mind. Whenever a financial product says it's free, you have to wonder, what's the catch?
And look, that's a totally fair question. If the credit score and the report are free for you, how in the world does Barwell make any money?
Well, the simple answer is that for you, the person using it, there isn't one. The service of checking and keeping an eye on your credit score is genuinely 100% free.
So here's how they stay in business. It's based on referral fees. Barwell has partnerships with over 75 financial institutions. So, based on your credit profile, they might recommend stuff like a credit card or a loan that you've got a good chance of being approved for. Now, if you decide to go for one and you get approved, that financial partner pays Barwell a fee. But, and this is the key part, your decision is completely optional. If you don't apply for anything, no big deal. Your score stays free no matter what.
All right, this next part is absolutely crucial to understand. When you check your own credit, it's called a soft inquiry. This is totally different from a hard inquiry, which is what happens when a lender checks your credit because you're applying for a loan. Soft inquiries have zero negative impact on your score, so you can check it as often as you like without ever worrying.
Getting your score is really just step one. The real value here comes from using the service as a long-term tool to actually, improve your financial health.
It's really designed to be more like a financial wellness partner. That weekly monitoring, it helps you spot any weird stuff, like potential errors or even identity theft, super quickly. The personalized tips and all the educational content explain why your score goes up or down. And the product recommendations are actually tailored to you, showing you what you're most likely to qualify for.
Okay, so we've covered the what and the how, but now let's get into the why, as in, why do so many Canadians actually trust this service with their financial info?
Well, first off, just look at the scale of this thing. We're not talking about a small group of people. We're talking about a community of over 3 million Canadians who are actively using Barwell to stay on top of their credit.
But it's not just about the huge numbers. It's about the real-world impact it has on people. Just take a look at this review from Courtney. She says she was skeptical at first, but the service gave her this crystal-clear picture of exactly what she owed and a plan to start paying it off. I mean, that kind of control is powerful stuff.
And then you have someone like Andrea, whose experience really shows you the long-term value. Even after using it for over a year, she says she still gets the real deal on her credit, plus great advice. That really points to how consistent and reliable the platform is.
And you gotta remember, knowing your score is really just the beginning. A better score can literally unlock better financial products for you. Think lower interest rates. So Barwell also acts as a kind of financial marketplace, where you can compare different options for things like mortgages, loans, and credit cards that are all tailored to your specific credit profile.
So, at the end of the day, checking your credit score for free, it's not just about seeing some 3-digit number on a screen. It's about empowerment. It's about getting a clear picture of exactly where you stand so you can move forward with confidence. Because look, everyone's financial journey is different, right? It's unique to you. And your credit score? Well, that's the map that helps you find your way.